is Daniel Caycedo with Colorado MMA News, and today I'm joined by Anel Dudo. Anel, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, man. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, a pleasure to talk to you again. Had you on the show a couple times, and this is a big moment for you. You are about to go pro. You've got a ton of amateur experience. I know you've been working towards this moment for quite some time. So what does this mean for you? I mean, how do you feel, 3 weeks out from your fight and your debut?
To be honest, I feel really great. I mean, it's 3 weeks out, and I can't wait to get it over with, I mean, this is my dream. I felt like I should have been pro a long time ago, but mentally I visioned it already, but now the moment's here, and I'm about to get it. It feels great. Achieving my dreams,
That's right. That's right. Manifesting that destiny, man. And it's awesome to see because we have had the opportunity to talk to you before a few of your last fights, talk to you about your journey, which certainly would love to have you here on again and go deeper into that. But according to Tapology.com, you're the number 3 ranked amateur flyweight in Colorado, prior to going pro. You're 22 years old. What made it seem to you like now was the time to do it? Go pro, that is.
I mean, I fought pretty much all of the top Colorado fighters and all over, and it's been getting really hard to fight an amateur, like to find a fighter. And so it kind of took a while to find this fight for the pro. They couldn't find anybody in Colorado, so they had to call somebody from Texas, and we finally found one. So, yeah.
Cool. And so you're fighting Javier Zamora on February 12th for Lion Fight 63, taking place in Wyoming. What do you know about him, if anything?
To be honest, I don't really know much about him at all. I believe he's 0-1 or something like that. But they just offered a fight, and as you know, I fight anybody. I don't care who it is. Even if they offered the world champ, I'll take it because I got to know where I stand, So I don't know much about him, but yeah, we'll see where it goes.
Cool. And so you train with AFA Boxing. Who's your coach down there, and who are your main training partners for this camp?
Mostly Fidel Martinez and Fidel Jr., and we would just watch some clips. They would watch a clip and then teach us some techniques. Me and Alan would work with each other over and over often with those same techniques like teed, sweeps, clinching, all that type of stuff. So we've been adapting a lot and learning from everything and just growing from there,
Yeah, and that's awesome. And it's something that you talked about in our prior interview too, how your gym's kind of grown to support the needs of the fighters that are there. And you, your brother Alan, and Mario, Fidel Jr., like you mentioned, your team has been kind of growing as far as what combat sports they compete in. And now Muay Thai is, adding a couple more weapons to the repertoire here, allowing the knees, allowing the elbows. And you've had Muay Thai experience before, but maybe for the gym, it's a newer venture. So super interesting how you're saying you approach the training by looking at videos of experienced people and trying it out. So, I mean, are there certain guys or certain teams that you look at more than others and try to pick up certain techniques?
I mean, I kind of like the boxing groups that always comes in. There's different types of groups that come in and they're like pros. And I like boxing more because that's used in Muay Thai a lot. And then you just add elbows and knees. But if I can get really good with the boxing over and over, that can be like my main attack for the fight. And then I can just throw in some legs. So these guys that come in, they really help out a lot along with the teammates. So we just keep on growing. They just come, and then we might even be going to spar with Jamel Heron again this Saturday. So it's good to see the other gyms, train with them, not just be with your own teammate, But it is good to have your teammate and be like a family and have our skills that we have, and we just grow and use it on others and adapt from there.
Yeah, absolutely. And when I spoke to Alan, he was saying that this is the first time he's able to truly focus on being a professional full time, right? Not having any other things going on. But I know that you also run a business. So how do you find time to balance the two and still, chase after your dreams, both on the fighting side, but also the business side, equally big dreams there?
Right. I mean, I usually do most of the hardscape stuff. So I do concrete, fencing, grasses, and all that. Meanwhile, my brother does the decking part now. And we just started it recently. Every morning before I go to the gym, sometimes I would run, or before I go to work, I would run 4 to 5 miles. I would post it on Instagram sometimes, out here in the morning. And then I would go to work. And then I would go straight to the gym at Fidel Martinez and just do some mitt works there. So it is exhausting, I'll be honest, because I'm doing all the heavy working and shit, and then I go train. You're letting out all your energy out, but it's definitely going to be worth it because it's mentally toughened me up, and physically it's making my body tougher and stuff like that, you know.
Yeah, and it gives you something to fall back on too, right? When the career is over, hopefully
Anything
down the
happens.
road, a while down the road, but you've got that to fall back on it, and ideally do just as well, if not better, there as you do in fighting. So no, I love it, and I love the combination. That's something we'll have to dive into in a future interview. But I love the combination of you and your brother having different skills and bringing those together for a business. That's awesome to
That's
see.
the only way, bro.
Yeah, yeah. So you know, COVID, right? This is happening right now. How has that affected your training, if at all?
To be honest, it's not really affecting me at all because I'm very independent. I don't work with somebody, so I'm a boss as a fighter and a company owner. So when I go to client's house, I just wear a mask and I can do the job. When I go to the gym, we wear a mask and then we can take it off during the training. So it doesn't affect me at all, like even in the gym at all. So we're all fine. It's been a year with COVID. We're healthy. We're
Yeah.
fighting.
Cool. And you've, like your brother, like Alan, you've got a wealth of experience when it comes to combat sports. You've boxed, you've kickboxed, you've done MMA, you've done all three in one night with the King of Sparta. So, how do you feel like all that experience helps you now that you're going pro?
To be honest, I feel like it was definitely eye-opening. Like it gave me the knowledge to understand what it takes to fight 3 fights. And that means I can now like take care of my cardio in each of those rounds. Like I'm gonna be fighting 5 rounds because now I'm confident enough to know that I can do all those rounds easily. One fight is easier than 3 fights in a night, you know? So it's
Yeah.
definitely giving me that confidence as well.
Yeah, I think you point out an interesting thing there. Just that experience alone, just being there, feeling what it feels like. You hear people talk about it, the difference between a regular fight and championship rounds and the feel of the UFC. So what you're telling me is you feel that it gives you an advantage because you felt what it's like to fight 3 times in one night. You felt what it's like to fight a boxer in pure boxing. You felt what it's
Yeah.
like to fight kickboxing, pure kickboxing. And all that translates to MMA for you.
Yeah, it translates really good because then when I get into each of those situations, I'm calm. You know, I've already been in there and I can use it, and it's great. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had spoken with Alan about the fact that he signed a 5-fight contract with Lion Fight, so that at least for the foreseeable future is what he'll be doing. And then he plans to transition to MMA, back to MMA, I should say, down the road. How do you envision the career moving forward from this pro debut in Muay Thai?
I mean, to be honest, I kind of want to do. Oh, sorry about that. To be honest, I kind of want to do a Muay Thai, finish that contract. I want to be the world champ for Lion Fight. That's my goal for 125. Once I get that, I kind of want to hop over to boxing just because the price is more and I like the stands of it. I like the movement, the feeling, the art of boxing a little more than MMA. But then I might just switch back and forth with boxing and MMA as well. So
Cool. So you two have a 5-fight contract then with Lion Fights?
we do, yeah, both
Very
of
cool.
us.
Very cool. So the goal is to be the champ, be the Lion Fights champ, world champ,
Yep.
move over to boxing, get some money and some belts there, and then take it to MMA.
Yep.
Cool.
That's the goal, man.
I love it. I love it. I can see it.
I appreciate that.
So for this fight, then, I mean, how do you envision it going? If everything goes according to plan, how does this fight play out?
To be honest, I feel like it's gonna go my way definitely because it's how I'm envisioning it. I got the energy, the cardio. I'm confident. I'm gonna try to. I don't want to say, but I'll just say I want to go for the leg, break that leg, and then just use all that elbow and get the knockout bonus of the night. That's actually my goal.
Cool. I love it. Break the legs and then go high with the elbows. That'll be sick. Sweet. So how's the weight cut going? I mean, we're here 3 weeks out. Have you started that weight cut process yet?
It's a piece of cake. I don't really got to cut weight because I'm usually always staying on weight by training and shit. Like, oh, sorry about that. But yeah, I'm like 130 pound right now. So, and I fight at 125, so I'm only 5 pounds away. So it's a piece of cake.
So are you and Alan, your brother, in 2 different weight classes then?
We are, yeah. He's a lot heavier and he's taller, so.
Gotcha. Cool. So, I mean, as long as everything goes according to plan, theoretically, we could be seeing 2 Dudo brother champions in a couple of years, maybe less.
Facts. You already know.
Cool. So, and just to kind of dive more into that, I mean, this 5-fight contract, how long do you see that playing out? Is that a 1-year mission, or is that a couple years?
I feel like we'll do it in a year, like 4 to 5 fights in a year, every 2 months apart, because Lion Fight's going to be really busy and they got some international fights this year. So I believe we'll be doing like 2 or 3 of those. and like in the United States. So that'll be great, you know. So
cool. So you want to fight internationally? You want to take that challenge on?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sick, sick. Oh man, that's super exciting. I can't wait to see you take this next step. Both you and Alan take this next step here for your pro debut. You know, it's been a little bit of a time coming, and I think you're well positioned for it. So I'm excited to see what you do out there, man, at Lion Fights on February 12th. And how can people watch the fight? How can they give you credit if they do watch the fight? And how can they follow you online?
Well, they can watch the fight two different ways. They can either watch it live on person by purchasing tickets through dudobrothers.com or lionfights.com. But if they can't make it due to reason, they can also or watch live on UFC Fight Pass. Either go to UFC.com and then click Lion Fight on February 12th, and you'll see the link.
Awesome. That's what's up. Go watch him fight. Lion Fights, dudobrothers.com, UFC Fight Pass. And how can they follow you online?
They can follow me online by checking out Anel Dudo on Instagram or going dudobrothers.com or on Facebook, Anel Dudo MMA.
Give him a follow. Give us a follow. Prize Fighting Business, Colorado MMA News. Anel, thank you very much for coming, man, and best of skill in your upcoming fight.
Thank you, man. Really appreciate you having me on here.